class we did a lot of back bending. It was the heart opening. So this morning we're going to do a lot more forward bending. Okay, so we're really going to move into that forward bending style of class. So we're going to start with breathing, 2 sets of breathing today. So Nadi Shodhana is the first, so just getting the fingers, bringing them down towards the palm, so the peace fingers down towards the palm, using thumb and index finger to block. So block the right nostril with thumb and inhale. Block left, release right, exhale. Inhale right. Block right, release left, exhale. Inhale left. Block left, release right, exhale. And then just continue through in your own time with that one. And just really focusing on the breath getting deeper and slower. Okay, so get that rhythmic going with the deep and slow breath. Just work to bring the energy levels down. And then just when you breathe everything out of your left nostril, just bring the hands down onto the knees, shoulder blades together, sternum up, chin to chest, and then just continue with the breath. So inhale through both nostrils this time, and exhale. And so continue that for a good 10, 12 breaths, nice and deep. So you can just continue that breath. Bring the focus just to the breath. You're going to see in the Absolute Wellbeing Program, a lot is focused on breath. Okay? So the first pillar, which you'll get in the next few days, is focused on breath. And when you're ready, just relax the breath, and we're going to move into Kapalabhati. So Kapalabhati is the one where we breathe out, focus on the exhale only. Okay, so we'll just do 3 sets of 30. So this is one stroke, so just push it out, one stroke. And so we're doing 30 of those 3 times. So work on the belly button, moving in and out, in and out. Once you finish at 30, just have a couple of breaths and move into the next set of 30. And when you finish, just come back to normal breathing. So inhale and start. Second set, just focus more on the belly button. Inhale. Final set, if you've already finished, just sit there and relax. Inhale. So once you've finished your set, just go back to deep breathing through the nose. Inhale. Deep exhale. Long and slow. So just continue with that. And when you're ready, open your eyes if they're not already open. I'm going to come into standing. So the first forward bend I want to use is the standing one. So coming into the forward fold. So bring the feet together, toes and heels touch. If you're worried about your balance, just bring the feet apart a little bit, but try and bring them as close as you can together. Just grab the outsides of the hip, so the fingers at the front of the hip, find that bony spot on the hip, thumb behind, shoulder blades together, chin up, chest up, and then come forward. So we're pushing the hips up, but we keep looking up. Just continually look up, look up, look up, look up, until you have to look at the ground. Once you look at the ground, if you need bent knees, have bent knees, or just fold forward. Stomach to thigh, and then you can drop the arms down. Beautiful. Just work with that. So we're going to be working with hamstrings, forward bends. Okay, so that's the got to get the hamstrings nice and open before we get really deep into forward bends. We're doing a few twists as well. So just keep pushing that head down, hips up. So it's 3-minute pose, this one. So just work with it. Try and make that head as heavy as bring you down. And then bring the weight into the heels and push the hips upwards. So continually work with that. Inhale, push the hips up, exhale, drop the head down. So that's when you're heavier on the exhale. So inhale, lighter, so bring weight into the hips, pushing up, exhale, heavier, head down. Beautiful, really nice poses. So get a bit of time still, so just continually work with the breath, continually work stomach to thighs. Continually work. Hips up, head down, hips up, head down. Beautiful. You should start feeling it in the hamstrings. Just remember, if you need to bend your knees, but the outcome eventually is straightening them. So once the stomach is on the thighs, you're going to find you'll be able to straighten them nice and easy. So just work towards that. Once your stomach hits the thighs, then you can start pushing up higher and then straightening. Beautiful. Last 30 seconds. For the last 20 seconds, if you want to reach behind your legs and pull yourself in deeper, you can. And then when you're ready, just come down onto the floor. So you can stand up if you like, or just work your way down onto the floor. So whichever's comfortable for you. I like to just sit straight down into Sukhasana. So we'll come into Sukhasana, sitting down, cross-legged, getting yourself nice and comfortable. And we're going to go into the forward bend from here. So there's going to be 2 deep forward bends to start off. So again, we're lengthening. So inhale, lengthen, shoulder blades together, chin up, chest up, and slowly bring the body forward. Once it starts coming in towards the lap, then start bringing the hands down and then start moving forward with the hands. So if you're in, some people find it difficult to forward bend in this situation. So just come down to keep working towards the stomach into the lap. And then coming forward. So getting into it the best you can. You can have a bolster in front of you or cushion. That's it. Slowly into it. That's really good. And then just work the hands out and slowly work into it. So inhale, we're lengthening through the spine. So you're just imagining the crown of the head moving forward. And then exhale, we just come a little bit deeper into the pose until you're there, until you're into that spot. And then we just find that silence once we connect to the breath. Beautiful. That's it. Just continually creep forward if you want to. But sometimes you can find that spot nice and early and just hold there and keep breathing and just let your body just move into that place. Beautiful. Start making those inhales really deep. Exhales just longer and slower. So just release the breath as slow as possible. So yesterday we had a lot of energy through the back bends, a lot of back bends and the heart opening. So we had a lot of energy through that today. We're just calming that all down. It's going to be nice and relaxed. You're going to feel really chilled after this class. There are a couple of challenging poses. I know you can all get through them. Keep using the breath. Keep working with the breath. So you've got a minute to go. So always in that last minute, what I attempt to do is take the deepest inhale and then come into it as deep as I can go. So it might only be a little bit, or it might be a lot. And then just finish the pose in complete stillness, other than the breath and you. That's it. So this pose is we're lengthening through the spine, but we're getting, when we did the forward bend standing, we're getting deep into the hamstring. So this is getting right at the top of the hamstring. So we're getting into the glutes here. So we're going to do a really good hamstring stretch next, and you should start feeling good in that area to go deeper. So when you're ready, slowly come up. Coming into Shavasana, and have your strap handy for the next pose. Okay, so it's hammock pose, the next pose. So just have your strap handy, just lay back and just relax. Really nice to relax that back right now. And just continue with that breath, that focus of the breath. Focus of the inhale through the nose, exhale through the nose. And then when you're ready, we're going to come straight into hammock. So keep laying on the floor. So hammock pose with the strap. So it doesn't matter what you've got, if you've got a towel or if you've got a yoga strap or just anything you use, a piece of rope. So we're going to keep the left leg down, right leg up, and just strap it around that right leg. If you want to hold it, that's great. Keep that left hip down, keep bringing the right leg back. If you want a hammock, Just put the strap around your head and work the head towards the floor. It's a really deep stretching here. So you're going to find that spot where you're getting the deepest stretch. You might be getting to the stage where your hamstrings are getting better now. You can tighten it, so I tighten it a lot now, and then start working deeper into the hamstring. Okay, so really good long hold here, getting deep into the hamstring. Really work with the breath here. Inhale, we're lengthening through the spine. Exhale, we get deeper into the pose. So keep pushing that right heel upwards and the big toes towards the shins, and you're going to get in nice and deep. Beautiful. So tight hamstrings cause a lot of issues around hips and knees and lower back. Okay, so by having a tight hamstring, we're susceptible to any sort of injury or any sort of pain that comes up through our normal day movements in the hips and the knees, and particularly the lower back. A lot of people have a lot of tightness in the lower back that's directly from tight hamstrings. So with these forward bends, I always bring this hamstring pose in so that we can allow that blood flow to flow through, so you're not putting any tension on that back. So you should feel nice and light after the 3 poses that we've started with, and so be ready to go in a little bit deeper. And just remember all your body and always connect to the breath. Always go back to the connection of the breath. The mind will wander, bring it back to the breath. So when you're ready, we're going to switch sides. So if you're hammocking, you can just flip the leg up and switch. Nice little trick. If you're holding, just switch sides and just make sure you find that tension. If you're holding, and just hold that tension there. And just always continue pushing the heel up, toes towards the shins. Continue with that, and you're going to get that nice stretch, but more tension as well. So you can get deeper into the stretch. I know some of you might have bent knees, and that's fine, but always work towards straightening the leg. Okay, so always work towards straightening. That could be 6 months away, it could be 2 years away, it doesn't matter, just work towards it. That's good. Nice poses, everyone. I always feel really good after doing this pose. That's a pose that I try and do daily. Not that I do it daily, but I attempt to. And you'll find that your hamstrings get used to it really quickly. So you can get deeper into the pose. The more you do it, you just start lengthening through that area. You've got a minute to go. So after this pose, we're going to need our strap again. So just have the strap handy. So push that heel up right towards the end, toes towards the shins. Go as deep as you can go. Last 20 seconds. And then slowly release. Just taking the strap away, just leave the strap to the side. Really relax those hamstrings now. Just feel the sensation that's running through the hamstring, through the leg, through the knee, through the hip, wherever you can feel it. So now part of the rest is bring the knees into the chest. Give yourself a hug and just hold there for the next 15, 20 seconds. You can roll the lower back if you like, or you can just pull in. You can raise the legs up if you like. Doesn't matter what you feel like, just get a little bit comfortable, a little bit stretchy. And then roll up. Okay, strap is needed. We're going to move into Janu Shavasana. So Janu Shavasana is head to knee pose. So it's one leg at a time, Janu, one. So bring the right leg out first, and we're going to do a little bit of a twist here. So as much as you want to twist, you can line the leg up if you want to come straight. But today I want it to come out a little bit. So just bring that ankle away and the left foot into the right thigh. Always start off with your strap. Okay, so pull the strap around the bottom of the foot. Come as low as you can towards the foot. Inhale, lengthen, and then bring the shoulder blades together. Okay, chin away from the chest and pull. So the big thing here is pulling on that strap, getting as much tension as possible so you can bring that stomach to the thigh. If you're not pulling on the strap, it's going to take you quite a while to bring that stomach to the thigh. Once the stomach is to the thigh, we can move into the next section. If the stomach's not on the thigh, stay there. If the stomach's on the thigh and you still can't reach around your foot, keep pulling the strap and keep bringing your head closer and closer to the foot. And then you tuck the chin under and bring forward to knee. If you don't need the strap, you can take the strap off, reach around. And again, chin under, forehead to knee. Once your forehead comes to knee, you bring your elbows down, either side of the shins. And then lift the foot off the floor. Okay, so that's the process. Stomach to thigh first, always. If you're not there yet, just keep working stomach to thigh. And the quickest way you're going to get there is the harder you pull on the strap, the more you push that right heel away, the more you're going to get that pelvic tilt so you can bring that stomach to thigh. Okay, so it is a bit of hard work, but you just got to work towards that. And your eye focus is really important. Okay, if your eye focus is wavering around at different things, you're not focused on where you should be focused on. So stomach to thighs, keep looking towards that foot, and then eventually bring the chin under and look to the knee, so that when you feel you're getting to that, the most length you're going to get into that pose, chin to chest. Beautiful, good poses there. So this is an awesome pose for your back. Okay, so really, really good to release back pain. Anyone with any back pain should be doing this pose. It's a really important pose. We're lengthening through the lower part of the back, so decompressing, but we're also stretching through the hamstring, the back of the knee, stretching the foot by pushing the heel forward. And once you get your stomach to the thighs, we're also massaging the abdominal organs, which is really important. So all these things are really important in the pose. So there's so many different things happening. So keep pulling, coming forward. So we're in the last minute. So if anyone's got their foot, start working the elbows down to either side of the shin. Just start working that. You're going to feel that in the lower back. You'll feel a stretch go from the right to the left, and then just straighten yourself up. Tuck the chin under and lift the foot up. So that's what we're working towards. Beautiful. You get a really good stretch in the left knee as well with this one. So if it's too much in the left knee, you can always put something up and under the left knee to support it, a block or a cushion. Working with the breath. And then slowly, slowly come up. Beautiful. Go straight into the other side, so just allow that blood to flow back through the knee of the left leg. So just remember, you don't have to come out too far, but you're still going to get that twist, a little bit of a twist. So bring the right foot under, left foot out, strap, lengthen through the spine, stomach to thigh. Okay, so if you've got that leg out, you've got to twist that a little bit, bring stomach to thigh. Keep working stomach to thigh, keep pushing the heel out. If you don't need to strap, grab around and start working those elbows down towards the floor. Beautiful. And just continue that. So once you start feeling that stomach slowly coming to the thigh, continue work for it. It can take some people quite some time to get stomach to thigh. So if you're one of those people, just continue with it. Working with the breath. Beautiful. Really nice poses. Just keep that focus on the breath. Keep the focus on where you're heading. Okay, so that end result. The end result is pushing that heel away. Stomach to the thigh. Elbows down either side. Just keep visualizing that happening as you go through the breath. Visualization is really important as you go through a yoga journey. It's the only way you get into some poses. Just visualize yourself getting there. Start painting the picture. We're doing quite a bit of that sort of stuff in mindfulness. Working with the breath. So last minute, so come into it as deep as you can go. Push that heel away. Wonderful. You're going to feel really lengthened at the end of today's class. It'll be calm, but really lengthened. Last 30 seconds. So finish on a really nice note to set yourself for next time we do this pose. So just push the heel away as much as you can, bring the stomach down as much as you can. Bring the elbows down as much as you can, bring the head close to the knee as much as you can, and then slowly release. Coming back into Shavasana, drop the strap down. Make sure you've got your block or your bolster next. Give the forward bends a bit of a rest. Just relax. You should feel, it's amazing the feeling after those sorts of poses, especially when you're getting in deeper and deeper. You'll just start feeling the opening. And a lot of you guys have been doing quite a bit of yoga, and you'll start feeling all these different things happening in your hips, particularly around the lower back and into the hips. You're going to feel different sensations. You're starting to open up, okay? So you're not injuring yourself. You're starting to open up, and your hips are, your tendons are starting to release, so you're getting more movement. You'll know the difference between an injury and that feeling. So let's keep going through the motions to open up. When you're ready, bring the knees into the chest, have a bit of a squeeze, and then roll up. And then we're coming into supported bridge. We did supported bridge different yesterday. We're going to go back to this way. So I'm going to use the bolster, but if you use, I'm going to use the block and the bolster. If you use the block, just place it under there. Or if you've got a towel, roll it up, just place it under there. And bring the legs straight out, shoulder blades together, chin to chest. And breathe. You can flick the block up as much as you like. But I'm going to use a bolster and a block to get the hips up nice and high. And you should really feel, if you come up as high as you can today, you'll really start feeling that opening of the hips. So now we're starting to bring them out. Bring the hips out and up. Chin to chest, shoulder blades together. And just enjoy the first backward bend. There's only a couple of backward bends today. It's nearly all forwards. And just sticking with the breath. It's good. Hips nice and high there. It's really good. So just take note where you're feeling this pose. So hopefully you're feeling it on the hip bone. You're just feeling the stretching through there. You don't want to feel it too much in the lower back, but you may feel it deep in the lower back, or really low in the lower back, I should say. Down towards the coccyx maybe. You want to eventually feel those hip flexors just slowly starting to release. So about 40 seconds left here. You just feel your back after this one. Once we come out of this, bring your hips down slowly, and you'll just feel just this different sensation in your back. It's a lightness. You feel this lightness in your back. So when you're ready, bend the knees up, lift the hips up, release whatever's under you. and just come into Shavasana. A good minute in Shavasana because we've got a deep forward bend and twist in the next pose, next couple of poses. And when you're ready, bring the knees into the chest. Either roll to the side and help yourself up, or come all the way up. And we're going to come into a twist. The twist is only 2 minutes either side. So the twist is seated gait. I know a lot of you don't like that. It's not one of my faves either. But so seated gait is bend the right knee so that the top of the foot is on the floor and just next to the buttocks. Left leg comes out wide. Okay, so we're opening up in the middle of the body. Okay, so this is a twist. So what we're wanting to do first and foremost is twisting. So bring the hands in front of the body, shoulder blades together and lift. Then bring the right hand behind you, lift even higher. Then bring the chest around. Then the chin. And if you feel okay, you can bring that left hand onto the thigh and twist and hold there. Okay, so if you want to go further into this pose, if you're comfortable, you can get a side stretch and a twist and bring that right arm up and over. Grabbing the foot, opening the chest. Okay, you might want the strap and hold the strap. But if you feel out of whack doing that, just stay in the twist because this is the pose, okay, the twist. So just stay in that. Beautiful, really nice. Just listen to your body, listen to where you need to be. And go into that and be in that. And just be that person in there, just breathing and feeling the benefits of the pose. Never push too quick, never push forward too fast. Always regress when you need to. Beautiful, really nice. So just being in that twist, you're getting an amazing release in the spine and the hips. Okay, so keep pushing that crown of the head up towards the ceiling. Keep pushing the crown of the head up. Keep pushing it up and then bringing the chest a little bit further around. Keep pushing the crown up. And as you push up, when I push the crown up, I can feel my left leg straightening and pushing into the floor. So lifting up and twisting, lifting up and twisting. Got 30 seconds to go. So also we're getting a hip opener here, which is a bonus. We're getting a good stretch through the knee, so we're stopping a lot of the blood flow through the knee and the ankle, the right side. And we're stretching the hamstring on the left. Beautiful. Just the last 10 seconds. And then slowly, slowly come out of the pose. So switching to the other side, to bring that right leg out. Just feel the sensation in the right knee when that blood flows through the knee and the ankle. Feels really nice. Then that left leg under. This side's a little bit tighter for me on the left. So just, when it's a little bit tighter, just get yourself set. Remember the twist, so hands in front, lengthen through the spine, shoulder blades together, crown of the head coming up, left hand behind, lift, twist, put the hand on the thigh if you need to, or the knee, lengthen and twist. Keep lengthening and twisting. That's all you're doing. If you're in that position, it's just working on crown of the head coming up, working on chest coming further around. So crown of the head up, chest further around. Don't swing that chin around too quick. Just bring the chin around nicely. If you want to go into the side stretch as well, you can reach over, grab the foot. But make sure when you get here, you're not leaning forward because you're wasting your time there. What you want to do is open up like a flower petal blooming. Beautiful. Looking good, guys. Everyone's exactly where they need to be. You're in it deepest you can go, and that's where you need to be. You always feel one side is totally different. I'm feeling it on this one here. It's completely different this side compared to my last side. The last side I felt I can bounce around and move. This side I'm tight. So I'm working through that tightness with the breath. It's good, Jules. We're in that really good now. Really progressed. With that arm across now, so you're opening up is good. So keep head up. So when you're just in the twist, make sure that head is coming up the crown of the head. Keep raising the crown, raising the crown. Once you do that, you're going to lengthen through the spine, and then to come down and grab the foot becomes a lot easier. Okay, so if we get in it too quick, we dump into the pose. But if you're lengthening through the spine, you'll get there nicely. So slowly, slowly untwist. Bring that left leg out, so we're coming out as wide as we can go. And we're going to come straight into dragonfly here. So this is the challenging part of the class. So we've just done the twist. We've had our legs out. We're going to come straight into this pose. So inhale, lengthen. So make sure you're pushing the heels away, toes towards you. Inhale, lengthen through the spine, and exhale, come down into the pose. Just that chin away from the chest. Keep looking up to the sky as you come down, and you're going to feel that pelvic tilt. And then work your way down. You can have anything you like in front of you, a cushion, anything to bulk yourself up. Just get yourself comfortable and work towards that tilt of the hips, okay? So your stomach wants to come to the floor. You want to bring that stomach to the floor. And to do that, you're going to feel like you need to tilt those hips. And so to tilt those hips, you need to lengthen the spine. So it's all that process. Once you get it, you feel that tilt in the hips. That's why I like to start with that standing pose, because it's no different. We're getting exactly the same tilt in the hips. Beautiful. Breath is important here. It's really nice to see everyone progressing beautifully in these poses. You mightn't think you are much, but the ones I can see are definitely progressing. And everyone's got their poses which are, you know, their least favourite. I know if you have trouble bending forward, this is a nightmare of a pose. So just continue with it, because it's really important to get that tilt of the hips. Keep working with that breath. Last 15 seconds. You're doing amazing. Working those heels out, toes back. That could take a long time to be able to get, but if you just work towards that. And then slowly, slowly come up. I think we deserve a bit of a Shavasana after those two poses. You should feel that in your legs as you start moving them. Laying back, relaxing. So we've got another deep forward bend and then we'll finish with a nice twist. But there's poses that you work towards, and the next pose that we do is we're working towards that because it's one of the main poses in yoga with seated forward bends. So just relax those hamstrings. So just focus on those hamstrings right now. Bring your awareness to them. Just relax. Just relax that area. Breathe into it and relax. Same as the lower back, just relax that area, just breathe into it. So when you feel all that sensation, just breathe into those areas. Just get you prepared for the next pose. So when you're ready, bring the knees into the chest, have a hug. This time have a really good squeeze. Squeezing as deep as you can go. And then relax and come up. So Paschimottanasana is the pose. I think some of you may have guessed it. So this pose is one of the bee's knees poses of yoga. It does so much, so many good benefits here. So we bring both legs out this time. So Paschimottanasana is a few different versions of it. But what we want is head to toe today, okay? So head to toe. So to do that, sitting in this position, shoulder blades together, chin up, chest up, reach forward and grab your toes. And if you can't grab your big toes with your peace fingers, bend your knees up and grab them. And then what you're going to do is what we do normally, is bringing the stomach towards the thighs. Okay. So now if that's too much, grab the strap. Okay. So I always want you to grab the strap if you need to. But test that out first. Always test it out. Before you know it, you'll be comfortable in this pose. Okay, so if you've got the strap, if you go for the strap option, we're going to pull on the strap, lengthen, and then stomach to thighs. Once you've got the stomach to thighs, it's going to completely change. Okay, so the pose will just change for you. So keep working stomach to thighs. Keep working that forward. Keep working forward. The other option is grab the toes, stomach to thighs, and slowly start sliding forward. Okay, so they're the two options. Wherever you are, coming forward to put the head on the toes. And so a really good way is every now and again, you just work those seat bones back. You just feel yourself getting a little bit closer. So grabbing the toes. So again, stomach to thighs, the hips push away, the head comes to the toes. If you've got the strap, keep pulling on the strap. If you can grab around your feet, keep pulling around the feet. The reason I like to show the toes first is that's the end result. Okay, so the end result is grabbing toes, but you need straps to get there. You need bent knees to get there. All that sort of stuff I want you to see and utilize until the day you can comfortably have your legs straight, wrapping your fingers around the toes and then working your head towards the toes. So keep looking at your toes, keep looking at the toes. Halfway through. Beautiful. Be a couple of inches taller today. We've definitely lengthened the spine. So when you get into the full part of this pose, so if you can see the screen, if you just look up, the full part of the pose is where I'm at right now. So the elbows come down either side of the shins. My stomach's completely on the thighs. I'm pulling on the toes and bringing my forehead to the toes. And then lift the feet up. So what I'm doing is working my abdominals, just really churning them up. It's really good for digestion. Stretching through the hamstrings, lengthening through the lower back, stretching the shoulders. A lot happening just in that simple pose. So keep working towards the toes. You've got 5 seconds. And then slowly come out. Just have a rest in Shavasana, about 20 seconds or so in Shavasana. We're going to finish with a really nice twist. So after so many forward bends, a twist is something we really have to finish with. And that'll just reset that back as you've been pulling it and pulling it and pulling it apart. Before we do that, just bend the knees up, soles of the feet on the floor, toes and heels touch, knees together, and just come into a few windshield wipers. Just start release. You should feel this through the hips now from what we've been doing and through the lower back perhaps. And then just roll to the side and come up. And we're going to come into a couple of minutes either side into twisted deer. So bring the left knee down, the right knee comes up under the left foot. So we're sitting square on like this. We're going to twist to the left. So if you've got a cushion or a bolster, place it to the left-hand side. Lengthen through the spine, twist, but keep lengthening, and then come down. So you want to feel that twist in the spine, the right hip coming over the top. We're twisting in the middle spine by coming around onto the bolster or onto our cushion or whatever it is. And you're getting that whole twist of the back. So lengthen, turn, twist. So that's when you twist at the hips and then come down. And it's really good to practice that a few times, because once you get it right, once you feel it, you just feel that entire twist of your whole back. Beautiful. Really nice. So this is a nice way to finish. So we're blocking off a lot of blood flow through the abdominals here. So you're probably going to, the breath wants to speed up, so slow that down. You've been nice and calm right through with forward bend, so just slow that breath down. And this is a really nice pose for the spinae erectae muscles, so the muscles that hold the spine up. Okay, so by twisting them, we're strengthening them. Okay, we lengthen through the spine, and so now we're detoxing through the abdominals, strengthening the spinae erectae muscles, twisting the spine. Beautiful. It's one of my favourite poses. It's a really nice way to finish a class as well. I've said a few times before, but if you did this pose every day, just this one here every day, your digestive system will shift, you'll get length through your back, you release tightness in the hips, and you'll have no back pain. Okay, so just with this single pose here. And if you can stay in it for 5 minutes either side, 10 minutes, even 20 minutes. So when you're ready, slowly work your way up. So untwist slowly, come up, untwist. Really take your time to come back to center, and then we're switching to the other side. So right knee comes down and out. The left knee comes under the right sole of the foot. If you can have the top of the foot on the floor, you're getting a stretch through the ankle as well. But if you need to push the toes outwards, do that. Lengthen through the spine, then twist. You just see that I'm twisting, lengthening through the spine. And so now I'm ready to bring that left hip over and come into the pose. Beautiful. So if you're tight on the left side and the left hip like I am, this is the one that will get you. You just feel that hip coming over and around. And it's a really deep twist of the hip and an opening of the hip. You'll always find that there's a side that you can get into quite easily and comfortable and you feel good, and then you go to the other side and it's like, oh wow, it's like a completely different pose. It's just our imbalance through our daily routines or using one side. I remember doing yoga therapy for a dentist, a lady. She was a dentist in Queensland, and she was so tight down one side because her job obviously is just leaning in one position for so long. And so we just worked on one side constantly to get the movement back. And this was one of the poses that we used a lot. So it's a really nice therapeutic pose to get muscles that you don't use up and working again. So last 20 seconds here. Beautiful, really nice poses there. I can see everyone into the twisting is so good. Everyone's getting so much deeper. Wherever you are, you're deeper than what you were. So slowly coming up, untwisting, coming into the final pose, Shavasana. We've got a couple of minutes here just to relax. It's nearly on 10 o'clock. Obviously, if you've got to go, that's all good, but try and relax even for a minute or so. Just reset the body. That's so good. Just relax. Breathe. Something simple now is just to become aware of the breath, just through the nostrils. Just become aware of that, nothing else. Just feel every inhale and every exhale through the nostrils. Just focus on that. Once you lose the focus there, that's when you move to another point. So don't go back to that point, move to another point. There's always a time limit. You lose the focus and then move to the belly button. I always tend to stay there for 4, 5, 6 breaths. Then move to another point off the chest. Just feel the chest rise and fall, rise. Finally move back to the nostrils and just feel that breath again through there. You feel fresher breath, more relaxed with the breath. And then just relax all efforts completely. And just become aware that you're breathing and relaxed in deep relaxation. Just become aware of those two things. Breathing normally, you're in deep relaxation. And while you're laying in Shavasana, just thank yourself for getting here on the mat this morning. Doing all the stuff you needed to do just to get here. Dedicate this time to yourself. You've done amazing things to your body and your mind in particular. Send off a gratitude to someone, something in your life, some event. Really mean that gratitude, nice deep gratefulness from the gratitude. And start wiggling the toes and fingers. Rolling to the right hand side when you're ready and coming up into Sukhasana. And when you come up into Sukhasana, just palms together, thumbs into the middle of the chest, just into the sternum, push the sternum upwards, shoulder blades back, chin to chest. Just get into that habit and your posture will just be amazing. Put no pressure on the lower back. And thank you all for being here this morning. It was awesome to take you through the class, and thank you for allowing me to take you through the class. Have a wonderful Saturday. I'll speak to you all again soon. See you all soon. Namaste.